Okay. Folks, we're going to get started. We have a quorum. And finance must be tied up with something. So don't forget to turn off phones and anything else that might make noise. We will be led in the invocation by Commissioner Werfel, and Maureen Adams is going to lead us in the pledge. If you wish to join us, please rise.
Thank you. Heavenly Father, I thank you for the veterans and these veteran assistants that are here today. I thank you for your guidance as we go through this county business. And just please continue to guide us so that we make the decisions that honor you and honor all of the members of our county. In your name we pray.
Maureen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for
all. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Bell.
Here.
Curran.
Here.
Freeling. Harrison.
Here.
Hinkleman. Majerick.
Here.
Martin.
Here.
Scott. Walrath.
Here.
Werfel.
Here.
Yarborough. Elliott.
Here. Hinkleman just came in.
9 present.
And a few more coming. The minutes from a week ago, December 8th, hadn't heard about any changes, assuming they're okay. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Moved by Curran. Is there support? Supported by Volrath. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. Madam Clerk, I understand we have at least one communication. Is that correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
We have a resolution from Berry County Board of Commissioners urging state legislature to amend the Michigan Auto Insurance Reform Act and to amend the reimbursement cap for auto accident victims and home health care that was received on December 14th, 2022.
Thank you.
And that's all.
Before we get to the veterans volunteer drivers, we have some folks here from the MSU Extension who have been kind enough to give us some really good stuff. Hot cocoa with the marshmallows already in the wrapper. Right. To consume it without anyone watching, there are no calories. And then there's more in that basket, which if nobody wants them, I'll take them. But anyway, thank you so much. And I understand we have a nutrition expert with us who's going to tell us why hot cocoa is good for us. So
there's a lot of calcium in it. That's good for your bones. The sugar. My name is Christian Hawk. I'm one of the new community nutritional instructors at Michigan State Extension. Just joined on in September, so
welcome.
Excited to hopefully do some more good in the community. Thank you.
We'll look forward to seeing you this summer when we're out there. Thank you again. Did you have anything you wish to add? Or?
Thank you very much for supporting us this year.
Thank you. We'll look forward to seeing you in the spring.
Thank you.
And Merry Christmas. Okay, now, Maureen. Thanks again.
So, hi, thank you for having us today to recognize our veteran volunteers. I do want to start by having Donna and Julie stand up though. They are new to our office and they help us keep all the balls in the air and going. So appreciate your help, ladies. Couldn't do it without you. So Donna, if you want to come on up, you can hand out our recognition We have a lot of new drivers this year, so some new faces. You know, we've had challenges recruiting drivers, and we're starting to get our numbers back up. We really appreciate what you all bring to the table. Thank you so much. So the first individual we're going to recognize is a new driver, one weekend, maybe two, Andy Bauer.
Make it stay so I can take a photo on the end, please.
So, and if you could, yeah, do you want to like kind of maybe line up along there? That'd be great. Thanks, Andy. Stacy Bruder is next. Stacy just shared with me that she has been volunteering since 2007. Thanks, Stacy. Paul Donovan, also a volunteer for Habitat for Humanity. Okay. Steve Hamill. Steve here? Pardon, no. Daryl Hansel. Daryl, also a relatively new volunteer with us, already training Andy. Mindy Logan, who I think is single-handedly responsible for recruiting all our new volunteers. Matt Churchill. He's on the sidelines right now, but we appreciate him.
There you go.
Bob Smith, who I don't think is here today. And Tom Westgate. Did I miss Donald? Oh, sorry. Hi, Tom.
Thank you for putting up with us.
Daryl Hansel.
You already did.
Oh, there we go. And is Don here? Don Hyatt? There he is. We had your name on there twice, so we scratched one out and we lost track of you.
Can I, we'll go ahead and jump up there, if that's okay.
So,
Oh, wait, sorry.
come on in for a moment. Oh. Thank you. We're going to Papa Vino's for lunch today. So, and I do want to thank the commissioners also for the park classes for the veteran volunteers as well. They appreciate that more than you know.
Members of the board, Mac's gonna step out. We're going to get a picture of Mac. We'll get back in just a sec.
So, thank you. Sorry. Oh, sure. Yeah.
All right. People who practice what they preach. Good group. Public comments, just about resolutions right now. Thanks again. If you have anything about resolutions, now's your time. If not, I haven't heard about pulling anything. Since there are no public comments, is there a motion to approve the consent calendar, which today does not include any added resolutions? Moved by Harrison, supported by Scott. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Corinne,
Yes.
Yes.
Harrison,
Yes.
Hinkleman,
Yes.
Majerick,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Walrath,
Yes.
Werfel,
Yes.
Scarborough,
Yes.
Bell,
Yes.
and Elliott,
Yes,
12 yeas.
thank you. We'll move on to committee reports and I know finance was busy. Are you ready to do your report or we'll come back to you? Okay,
Thank you.
all right,
Circle back.
circle back. Mr. Admin Chair, you're on.
Thank you, Mac. This morning, first, we had our prosecutor, Steve Ferrangli, in to see us. He talked about a couple of high-profile cases that are occurring right now. He said there will not be any more scheduled for the end of the year because of the holidays and bringing in juries during the holidays, that type of thing. So they won't be doing any more. He posted 3 positions, got no applications for those positions. He's reached out to other attorneys to apply. And it sounds to me like a lot of our internal directors are networking and reaching out because they're posting them and not getting any response. So he's reached out and hopefully that will be productive. Because we had Ashley sitting in the room with us this morning, he did mention animal control and how he's working with the Indigent Defense Department to get their animal abuse cases resolved so that they get those animals out of the shelter because of the number of animals in the shelter. Steve was part of a group that toured the animal control along with the sheriff and the county administrator. After Steve, we had our animal control director, Ashley Herr, and Commissioner Martin would like to report out on that.
And Ashley came in and gave us an update, basically on the consultant and how that is going to work for her. And she is going to be working now until about March on Zoom with her. And then that consultant will be spending a week here in Berrien County, looking over everything, answering any questions or anything else, looking at the paperwork, looking at processes and everything and how everything's going to be done. At the end of that time and after she is done, there will be a complete operations manual for our animal control at that time. There'll be suggestions on training and everything else that's going on. She also let us know that new fencing has been put up already at animal control. The dogs have used them and they enjoyed it so well that they were so tired that they all fell asleep at night and it was very quiet. So on that, just a couple other items that on the readout that she gave us is licensing is underway for many of the residents right now for new animal licenses. And they have taken in 901 dogs this year so far, and 670 of those have been live released either back to the owner, transferred out, or adopted out. Cats, they've taken in 821, and 720 of those have been live released, either returned to the owner, transferred out, or adopted. And right now, she is showing that they have 22 dogs now that are available for adoption right now, and 17 cats. So, and that is the report. Thank you.
Thanks for that report, Jim. Annette was in to see us, and I think she stopped at all the committees and talked to us about the senior citizen resolution. We approved our minutes. We have one resolution for you the next time we get together. It's ending in 2453. And this is for the 6 motorcycles that the sheriff department currently leases. This is to approve a lease purchase contract. So we will lease them for the next 3 years, and at the end of that time, they'll be paid off. And then we're gonna take ownership of them. So we're not gonna lease motorcycles again for a while. They'll be ours. We'll own them. I signed and distributed to the committee a Berrien Community Foundation form for the Sheriff's Department. Covered a variety of items for about 3,700, and that is our report.
Any questions for admin? Mr. Chair of PHS.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We also met this morning. We have a number of things that will be coming to you next week. So the first will be a resolution regarding new nets at the volleyball court at Silver Beach. And so that's being sponsored by Honor Credit Union. And so you'll see a resolution next week. Second is on remonumentation. We are accepting a grant from the state of Michigan for $95,125. This is for the annual survey work done. So it's driven by a formula by the state. So it's not a discretionary amount on the part of the state of Michigan. Also, the plan right now is for at the committee of the whole is to have Ms. Christie go through line by line the proposed changes in the bylaws. We've finished up our review today. She's got some more work to do, and then she'll send it out to the committee members later on today. We'll approve it, and then it'll be shipped out to you ahead of the meeting, and then we'll talk through some of the changes that are being proposed. So naturally, that should be very interesting. Then also, if you remember last week, I passed out copies of the evaluation form for our administrator and our corporate counsel. So I do encourage you to complete those and submit it to me as fast as you can, so we can get those compiled and move forward on that process. So that, I believe, gentlemen, would conclude our meeting.
Questions for PHS?
No, just who do we turn do we turn?
You turn them into me. If you put them in my mailbox,
Okay,
then
that's
I'll
right.
give them to Shelley for compilation.
Anything for PHS? Okay, Madam Chair of Finance, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Our administrator Gisette was in, our chairperson Mackenzie Elliott
Close enough.
was in, and just, had general conversation with us. And then Annette came in to visit with us and explained to us about the senior centers that all 7 are. There may be 2 with a little more that they need, but with the fiscal years different, they do by the beginning of it or end of it, have everything in order. And our goal was, when we went with one accountant or auditor or whatever, was that they would all be consistent, that they would have transportation and the different activities. And so that was the report from Annette. And then we had a bid opening. And I'd like to ask Commissioner Scott if he would report on that, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We had only one bid opening. The bid was 2022-074. It was sent out to 4 bidders, only 2 responded. And the bid results were for 4 of the Boss V plows for the road department. And that was for the new 1 tons that we ordered. Now that's all that was for. The bids projected cost was $36,000. The bids came in at $37,268 and $38,526 and 16 cents. So the road department director was in there, and basically we made the road department motion to send that back for his purview to check the specifications, and if it's different than the lowest bidder, then he has to come back with a written request as to why.
Thank you very much. And we're going to have a resolution next week on the 22nd. And I would like to ask corporate counsel if you would please explain that to our commissioners and the audience.
Be happy to. So finance's resolution ending in 2349 will be a resolution authorizing the county to enter into the settlement agreement on the Wayside Church litigation that relates to the tax foreclosure excess proceeds. So we previously had discussed the potential for a settlement in closed session. I believe it was November 10th. That settlement it looks like it will be coming to fruition. So now's the time for the county to authorize the settlement. And just as a general reminder, this will require the county to pay at most approximately 80% of the excess proceeds that were captured from tax foreclosure auctions between the years of 2013 and 2020. Any questions about this settlement or the resolution?
Do you have any questions regarding this? And then the Raffaele goes from now on.
Yes, so this settlement would resolve the claims between 2013 and 2020. Going forward, the statute is now changed. There's a claims process built into the statute. So it is this particular issue will not recur in the future. So this settlement should resolve the mass of pending claims related to excess proceeds from tax foreclosures. There won't be any more of these types of lawsuits, hopefully coming in the future because of the statutory changes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And then Doug James, our Director of Finance, came in. He's been doing a lot of work, a lot of numbers, and we'd like to let you know that in his estimation and putting outstanding things and all together, that he believes that at the end of 2022, our fund balance at the end of the year will be $24,884. No, let me go again. This is such little writing. Is that 28?
It's Madam Chair, it's $24,884,784.
Which puts us at 35%. And that is a very good percentage to be. And the goal is to be fluid for 90 days. If something happens, we have money to continue running Berrien County. But it's also important in our rating, the financial rating, that we be at a good number, and 35% is the amount. If something happens between then and the 31st, the finance committee may have to meet, but this is a good number. And that was what James has been working on. Then we had some waivers. And I don't know why all of this is not clear to me when before it was. My glasses are not working. But we are going to do some business with Enbridge. At first, I thought it was or Everbridge. I thought it was something to do. We've been working on so many bridges, but it is a company that will do some computers and allow us to connect up with warning signals should something happen. Already, our Cook Nuclear Plant is connected with it. The EOC is connected with it. And so the road department wants to be involved in that. And we did a waiver so that it can happen. They are a sole source company and it's already in our community. And then another is Clark Dietz. It's Maintenance Operating Procedural Manual. And a lot of things being done in the road department are by word of mouth. And so this person or this company is going to study and write a manual so that people will know consistently what to do and how to handle things. And so there's a waiver for that. And we, in our committee, concur that this needs to happen. And then is that it? Yes.
Yep.
Those are the waivers that we're doing. We accepted the minutes, we paid the bills. Very important. And that is my report. If you all think of something else.
Madam Chair, if I remember too, the Everbridge is a targeted for mass notification system, subscription-based service for individuals or groups that want to know about what's happening with the roads closures, such as things like that. And then the Clark Dietz one is also to help with the highway engineering, to let people know the different road activities, rebuilding the road, rebuilding the culvert in their neighborhood when that starts, or when they're going to start it and where they're going to finish it.
Yeah,
So it's an informational thing.
yeah, it'll be booklet
Yeah.
or something.
The sheet around that they gave.
Good.
Yeah, there,
Both of
as you can see.
That's all that I have.
Any questions for finance? Yes, sir.
On the fund balance that you have there, that does not include any ARPA fund money at all in that?
Right.
Okay, so that's all being still being kept separate.
Yes.
Separate. Okay.
Other questions? Ma'am.
I want to applaud the effort of our road department director in looking at different ways to be innovative in communicating to citizens. This Everbridge was really a great opportunity to be able to communicate to the public as projects get brought on, and the timelines, so that we can have better communication and transparency for our citizens, so they're aware of those projects as they come into their neighborhoods, so they can be prepared. Those were just my only comments.
Thank you, thank you.
Anyone else? All right, we'll go on to commissioner reports. Start with John.
Thursday, we get the Brownfield meeting, and I will either defer that to Commissioner Harrison or Commissioner Majerick, who chairs us fearlessly. I'll let you give the update on that. There is a broadband meeting today at 12:30. On Tuesday, I went to the Orinoco Township meeting, and I just wanted to give a brief update on their broadband status there. MEC is completing the construction of that township. They anticipate it being done and fully built out by the end of 2022, which is this year, here in a couple of weeks, and hoping to bring on all of the different parcels by the first quarter of 2023. So that brings about 600, 700 parcels online for our broadband initiative. Then I also just wanted to personally give a kudos to the Bridgman Middle School's first Lego League team. I know my kid's a part of it, so I got to go to the state competition over the weekend, and they took third place out of 47 teams. And for those who have never attended, it is the precursor to the robotics program and helping to give kids the skill sets as it relates to manufacturing, engineering, and it was just really a great thing to see this entire gymnasium filled with kids enthusiastic about trades, manufacturing, and just being innovative in their thought process. So that's my.
Congratulations on the Lego League. I also attended the Brownfield meeting, as well as the CEO Council down in Stevensville, the village of Stevensville. I attended training out at the EOC conducted by the Cook plant. And so that was very interesting. And then also a meeting of the Committee on Committees.
The only thing I have to report on is, I met with Joey Andrews, our incoming, state rep yesterday, along with, some municipal leaders. And we talked about ways the state can come in to, provide assistance, whether that's through funding or, policy, for the county as well as, different municipalities here in the district, District 38. We talked about the state providing funding for a lot of the county's big projects, namely juvenile center. And Joey is committed to looking for funding from the state to kind of help us out on that project, as well as what we're trying to do with some of our park renovations for Silver Beach. And he encouraged me to let you all know, let our administrator know, as well as the board chair, any ideas that we have, anything that we deem as important priorities for the county, to let him know, to reach out to him, because he's in a good spot when it comes to getting funding from the state appropriations. So that's the meeting that I had, and that concludes my report.
I, along with Commissioner Harrison and Commissioner Volrath, attended the Cook Nuclear Plant training. It's required. It's because of our position in the EOC. Very informative. One of the biggest takeaways I got, they're there until 2050, Ryan. So after that, who knows? Although he did talk about the federal government has mandated that they have to provide 45% of energy into the grid by 2035, and that 55% has to come from solar and wind. So they're gearing up for that now, because they only produce 20%. And he's like, holy cow, by 2035, we gotta provide 45%. So he talked about modular nuclear power plants. And instead of having large ones like this, there will just be a whole bunch of smaller ones to help provide energy into the grid so they can cover that 45%. So they're working on that now. It was good training. I also attended 911 with Commissioner Volrath and Commissioner Werfel. We elected new officers. The chair is now Chuck Height. Vice chair is Tim Thompson. And then, of course, Caitlin is still the director, so she kind of runs the meetings. And that is my report.
Attended the meeting Monday. We had emergency preparedness cook plan. Jim explained that pretty well. Meeting on committees Tuesday, and then yesterday, the 911. We've got some issues that we were told about on the tower still, so nothing's been resolved there, but they're still looking on that property, according to Brian. The 20 acres that we have, that hopefully we will find a spot for that tower there as our first choice. Julie?
I attended the 911 meeting. That's the only one I had this week. The only thing I guess I can add is there will be a number of changes, I think, to that board in the new year. The fire board, I don't know the name of all the boards, the police, the EMS boards, all of those will have new representatives that will be coming in. So we'll be seeing those coming through. And as well as Caitlin, I believe is working on the bylaws per request from Annette. So that's all I have.
I have nothing to report.
As I said, we went to the Brown Field committee, and we did an annual review of every projects that we had, how much money is going to be paid with taxes down the road. No new projects came up, but everything is in progress. And that's all I have to report.
The only report that I have is that I've got a BCBIT meeting at 12:30 and I have a land bank at 1 o'clock. So then once I get done with the land bank, I've talked to the treasurer, and it seems like it's supposed to be a very short meeting, like I make a motion, we adjourn, and then I'll go back to BCBIT. My only point to Riante is I won't be on the board, but if you would take my request, I think I speak as for all of us here in the county, that you let Mr. Andrews know to vote no on anything coming out of Lansing on unfunded state mandates.
Yes.
That's all I have. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I have no report.
Oh,
Oh, yes. No, you said it already.
yeah.
The land bank meets at 1:00 today.
You have anything?
Yeah, so the sheriff has got an announcement about an event that'll occur this afternoon. I'd like to encourage the sheriff to announce that to the board. I'll yield my time.
Yeah, Brian sent it out to all of you. We did a bunch of search warrants with a combined effort with the U.S. Attorney's Office out of Grand Rapids. He will be heading the press conference today at 3 at the Benton Harbor Fire Department in one of the bays. So the FBI, the DEA, the ATF, Sheriff's Office, Benton Harbor Public Safety, and Benton Township and our SWAT unit all participated in this, and he'll have details, a little bit of the press release that was sent out to you about the meeting will have a few details in it, but I won't go into that. If you want to come to the press conference, you're welcome to be there at 3 o'clock.
Thank you, Sheriff. Do you have anything else?
No, sir.
Okay, we're now at the point of general public comment. Anything under the sun, 2 minutes or less, name and town, name and town. Yes, sir.
Hello,
Hello.
Matt Kirkus, New Buffalo. Merry Christmas. May we repent and be forgiven. So I have this, I'm gonna leave a paper I wrote about weed with the clerk, if any of you want to read it. That shouldn't be a problem, right? Okay, I didn't email you, so. Matt Truella promotes the doctrine of the lesser magistrate. This is the philosophy that rebellion to tyrants is obedience to God. I only care to debate first principles, which includes opposition to Hamilton, as well as state of nature theorists as John Locke. But we know few are capable of such debate here. What is more relevant than objective morality and legitimate authority here is to adhere to our legal tradition, one which at least purports to defend our individual liberty and allows for local self-determination. But instead, I find in this country conformity to globalist agendas in this county. Remember, I was here the whole time telling you about quercetin. Are your police getting ready to assist the health department in calling privately owned chickens, metering wells, prosecuting rainwater collection, finding and destroying wood burning stoves in the name of climate ideology? You know that the CDC is an authority. You look to the CDC as an authority and an excuse to impose tyranny, but at the same time you are silent that weed is federally illegal. Well, Trevino is doing 15 years in federal prison for medical weed in this state after this state let him go. I am here to combat apathy and fulfill my role of responsibility as a citizen. So that's good enough.
Thank you, Mr. Kirkus. Does anyone else wish to be heard? If not, then we'll close general public comments and go to other business. Does anyone have any? Sir.
Just a reminder that we have our commissioners soiree dinner tonight. And my wife will be paying for me and her.
Also, Juvenile Center has their annual holiday reception. And Dave, I know you're going there. I'm not sure if I'm going to get done in court in time. I have court and Cass at 1:30 today, but hopefully can make both and hopefully can see everybody at one place or the other or both. I would note that although these are events involving food, the county is not paying for any of it. It's either donated, as in the case of the Juvenile Center, or our commissioner's dinner is pay for your stuff. Whatever you buy, you pay for. So anyone have anything else? We're being reminded that we're closed on Friday, the 23rd, Monday, the 26th for the Christmas holiday. No meeting the 29th, closed on January 2nd. That's going to be on there again next week, just in case you forget. And I think